What's up, YouTube? So in this video, I'm going to be doing my official top 5 running backs from the 2024 NFL Draft, starting with number 5, Bucky Irving. He is from Oregon, 5'9", 192 pounds, ran a 4.55 40 at the Combine. Very productive. In this season alone, he had 1,180 rushing yards and 413 receiving yards. Definitely one of the most productive running backs in the class. Also has some kick return experience as well. Despite him not being the biggest, he is willing to take some dirty yards, but he's not that strong, which isn't surprising with this type of running back. Not a great blocker. Again, not really what you'd expect. Route running is something I kind of want to see him improve on. As far as being a receiver, it's mostly screens and like swing routes out of the backfield where he can get yak. But he's very explosive and shifty, can absolutely make people miss. Sometimes tries a little bit too much and ends up with a bad play in the backfield. Very fast feet, though. Fantastic outside zone runner. Sometimes can also hold the ball a little bit loosely. I kind of want to see him improve that too. But great contact balance, very creative runner. Can make something out of nothing, absolutely. Long speed overall is good, but not great. He's more quick than fast. I see him as a really, really solid like third-round talent. So, let's move on. Blake Corum from Michigan, 5'8", 205 pounds. He ran a 4.53 40. Keeps his feet moving through contact. Mostly a power back. Very explosive. Good burst. Has a little bit of wiggle to him, but isn't super elusive. Really good contact balance. Not much production as a receiver. Mostly a one-cut back that will take what the defense gives him, and it definitely isn't afraid of getting some dirty yards. Very good vision. As a blocker, he's pretty decent at it, and one thing I noticed too is he's very good about getting out of his quarterback's lap and just kind of getting out of the way, which is something I really enjoy in a running back. Definitely better running in between the tackles and more of an inside type of scheme. Definitely has some power to him. I do think if he's going to be a power back, I would like to see him run a little bit lower. Now, him being 5'8", he's already got natural leverage, so I would just really lean into that more. And I mentioned his blocking. He's definitely a very willing blocker, but it is something I would like to see him kind of improve his technique on. I think his long speed is pretty much just above average. Like, this guy's really a power back, and unfortunately, he's not even that big of a power back, but he's still got enough tenacity to be interesting to me. So, yeah. Anyway, moving on to number 3, Ray Davis from Kentucky. He's 5'8", 211 pounds, so again, really good natural leverage with him being 5'8". He ran a 4.52 40, very good Senior Bowl. He had 323 receiving yards, 1,129 rushing yards this year, so again, really, really productive. Really good contact balance, very patient runner, not afraid to get low and run you over at all. Low center of gravity, good vision and decision making. He has upside as a pass catcher. I think he's actually pretty decent at it. Kentucky, I think, just didn't really use it enough in that regard. He still obviously had some production, but I think he could be even better at it. Blocking isn't great, which is something I do want to see him improve on. I'd say he has above average speed and burst. Actually pretty strong as well. Keeps his legs moving through contact. Pretty quick feet, can absolutely make you miss. Has some pretty good wiggle to him. And actually runs with a decent amount of anger. Like, I really like this dude a lot. I can see this guy going anywhere in the second, but most likely the third, just due to running back value being not great. It just kind of is what it is. Moving on to number 2, Trey Benson from Florida State. 6 foot, 216 pounds. Ran a 4.39 40, so definitely faster than the guys I've been talking about prior. Keeps his feet moving through contact. Very good contact balance. Some really solid speed to him, obviously. Definitely has some wiggle to him. Can make some people miss. Gets out of his quarterback's lap when he's blocking, which is great. Good hands. Not overall a very good blocker, but he is a willing one. Runs kind of high, which is something I kind of want to see him improve on. I'd like to see him run behind his shoulder pads a little more. But definitely willing to get the dirty yards. I wouldn't necessarily say he's a super angry or powerful runner, but him being 216 and running a 4.39, I mean, if you run at somebody that fast and being that big, you're going to have a little bit of power. Good acceleration. Good vision. Can make some really solid catches. I think this guy is a really solid second-round player, especially with that 4.39 40. I think that really, really helped his case a lot and upped his value. Moving on to number 1, Jonathan Brooks from Texas. 6 foot, 216 pounds. Solid blocker. That's one thing I noticed right away. He gets out of his quarterback's lap as well. Not afraid of getting dirty yards. Actually, I'd say great vision and patience. Not super twitchy, but he does have some wiggle to him. Can absolutely make you miss. Good effort guy. Absolutely keeps his feet moving through contact. Stronger than his size would imply. Very good contact balance. Solid receiving target with pretty decent production. Only 1 fumble, but I did notice that at times he does hold the ball kind of loosely, so that's something I want to see him improve on. Definitely has some anger to him as well. Good burst. Really good stiff arm. Long speed, I'd say, is really solid, but definitely not elite. Also a second-round talent. I don't see a first-round talent in the running back room this year, but I do think the running back group is actually pretty deep. This actually top 5 was actually pretty tough for me. There was a lot of guys that were like right on the edge for me, but I like them a lot. But anyway, that's going to be it for this video. If you liked it, appreciate that like button. If you have any questions or comments in the comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.